Welcome to Lesson 3, Introduction to C#. Now in this lesson I'll be focusing on some C# programming fundamentals. And again, since you're already a programmer moving into the C# language, my focus will be on helping you get started specifically with C# and what's new and different about it compared to many of the other programming languages out there. Now, C# is a language that's based indirectly on the C programming language, as are other programming languages like C++ and Java. So if you're familiar with any of those languages, a lot of what you'll see here and in the next several lessons will already be familiar to you. But of course, there are some things that C# does a little differently, and those are the types of things I'll tend to focus on. Now in this lesson, we will start out by introducing to you console applications, as they're called. And actually in the next many lessons, we'll focus on console applications, which do just simple text input-output in a command prompt window. In later lessons in subsequent parts, we'll get into the graphical user interface development in more detail. Now, one of the things that you're going to see as you get into your first app in this lesson is that every single app we create in C# is based on at least one class definition. So we're going to talk about class definitions and how to create them in C#. In addition, we'll talk a little bit about a concept called namespaces. Namespaces basically allow you to group together related sets of classes. Throughout the .NET APIs, there are many different namespaces that you'll work with as you're developing .NET applications. And so not only do you need to know how to research the capabilities that are available in .NET's own namespaces, when you create your own apps, the IDE will automatically put the classes into namespaces as well. So we'll talk a little bit about those. And one of the key features of namespaces is helping ensure that every class has a unique name to avoid naming collisions. So we'll talk about that as well. We'll show you some basic input and output capabilities for just displaying text in a command prompt and reading information from the user typing into the command prompt window. We'll declare various variables in C# and talk about any differences with other programming languages. We'll also show you the arithmetic operators as well as the relational and equality operators, and we'll introduce some simple decision-making statements with the if single selection structure. And again, a lot of what we're going to look at here will be somewhat familiar to you, especially if you're coming from a C-based programming language. As you're working your way through this lesson, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. And generally, the best ways to reach me are through my email address, which you see on the screen, or through our company Facebook and Google+ pages.